A very warm welcome to you. It's always a pleasure to have you join us on the program, ALMOND Finance and Wealth Reports, your source for latest happenings in the financial sector of the economy. I am your host, Jennifer Obidi-Ebube. On this edition of the program, DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank, which started barely 2 years ago as a unit bank, was recently granted state license by the Central Bank of Nigeria to operate branches in the 57 LCDAs in Lagos. On this edition of the program, we bring you a special report entitled DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank, poised to make a difference in financial services. So sit back, relax, and spend this time with us as it promises to be a very informative one. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
This is Insurance Industry Town Hall. This is No Holds Barred.
Apology to those who don't understand Yoruba.
Translate it.
It is not in one day that you feed a child that is kwashoko or that is malnutrition. But gradually you can see them recovering.
Insurance is the last hope now that Nigeria.
My father want to start up, insurance. He said I should forget about that. They are forward my people.
No, that
what my father told me, but I just push it aside. So let me go ahead. And what my father told me is what happened.
The greatest beneficiary of FX in this country is the financial institutions, which accounts for 48 to 49% average in the last 5 years.
This is ALMOND Finance and Wealth Report.
DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank is an indigenous company licensed to transact all microfinance banking business. It was first incorporated as CAM Microfinance Bank and licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. After acquisition and restructuring in ownership and management with the board led by Mr. Austin Enajemo Isire, the name was changed to DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank Limited. With a vision to be an exceptional leader in the provisions of microfinance and other responsive financial services on a sustainable basis to assist their numerous clients achieve financial freedom, the bank's core value is rooted on integrity, innovation, customer, team, and respect. With the goal to make a difference from inception, DAVO DANI MFB has exceeded expectations in the shortest possible time.
The idea to set up every business somehow is orchestrated by God. In my early age, the idea to be in the banking subset of the financial institution was very burning in my heart, but that never came to pass. I found myself in insurance. But somehow, when I was retiring voluntarily from insurance, that idea then replayed itself back, and that led me to, thinking of a bank. And at the time I was not trying to come back, it was no longer within the reach of an average Nigeria in terms of capital base. So, which way do I go? Then Microfinance Bank came into my heart, and that's what I brought this to existence today. The journey to excellence is a never-ending journey. It has always been a rough journey, so I won't say it's a sweet one. But because you have a very strong desire for something, you are there ready to dismantle every obstacle. And so far, I would say so good. We give God all the glory. We enter into the microfinance bank industry as a unit operator. What do I mean by that? were licensed to operate in just one local government. But at the time we were coming in, we had a clear vision. And that vision was to come to be an exceptional leader in the provision of a microfinance and other responsive financial services. Why do we want to do that on a sustainable basis? To assist our numerous clients achieve financial freedom. So we believe if we have numerous people to attend to, the active poor are more in number in the economy in this society. We believe just restricting ourselves to one local government, we are barely just scratching the surface. And so that idea was fully there in our mind that, oh, the next thing that we should do to be able to execute and implement the social impact, the social mission of microfinance bank, vis-a-vis the sustainability, the financial side of it, is to expand. To enable us to expand, we need a license that will authorize us to do that. Luckily, we put all of the structure together, and the regulatory authority found it very, very okay, and they gave us the license. And today, the drive is to expand across the nooks and crannies of Lagos State.
DAVO Dani's MFB management team is young and vibrant, led by Mr. Ndoma Ode as MD and CEO. The bank recently received the approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria to operate a state microfinance bank. Going by the CBN's policy framework for microfinance banks, state MFBs are expected to operate with a 100 million naira capital base, but DAVO Dani has grown its capital base to 150 million. This laudable achievement is attributable to the foresight of the board and the commitment of the management team.
Well, the chief promoters of the bank and the directors have a clear vision from ab initio, and they understand what it takes to drive a microfinance bank. They also study what led to the revocation of about 220 microfinance banks in the past from its inception. So they came up with a vision and with a strong motto to guarantee financial freedom. Now they had in mind from ab initio to deal with the bottom of the pyramid of the economy. And because they have been a retail person, the chief promoter himself has been a retail person, the focus was purely microfinance bank and not dabbling into your microfinance bank, you are doing a commercial bank activity. That was what led to a lot of other microfinance bank failures. So we came up clearly that, look, we are a microfinance bank, we must operate within that purview for which we have our strength. Now we use a software that is a robust, it's called Bank One. The franchise is given to Amazon. Now, because I said initially they have a vision of what they were going to, they want to be states so that they can operate everywhere. We bought the moribund license because we want accessibility from everywhere. On May 2016, the bank was given a status of a state MFB. And that means that the bank can actually open branches within the bounds of the 20 local government in Lagos and the 37 LCDA in Lagos. So within the 56 LCDA and local government, the bank cannot operate. So that gives access to anybody who has a need to access the loan from us.
Having satisfied all necessary conditions for the license, the bank is ready to commence branch expansion across Lagos State and its 57 local government councils and LCDAs. DAVO Dani has identified operational branches and is poised to dominate in Ikorodu town at Unique Plaza, Benson Bus Stop, Ikorodu, Alaba International Market at 66 People's Bus Stop, Ojo, Lagos, Lariwa Market at Diamond Plaza opposite AP Filling Station, Mushin, in Ajegunle at 25 Bale Street, and Arena Market, Oshodi, Lagos. The aim of these 5 identified operational branches, according to the chairman, is to make financial services available to a large segment of the potentially productive Nigerians.
Microfinance bank by the Nigerian Microfinance Bank Policies and Regulatory Framework clearly state out the objective of MFBs. And if you say they do not want to support the macro and those at the bottom of the pyramid, then I don't know where that kind of analogy is coming from. Microfinance banks essentially are meant to support those who are at the bottom of the pyramid, who have been over the years neglected by the deposit money banks, who have been underserved. The active poor have not reached to financial services, and that is one of the reasons of community being of microfinance bank. Today, other than the fact that they want to grant credits, they also encourage savings and try to encourage rural development, and by extension create employment and add to the GDP of our country. So they are essentially meant to do what? To assist the active poor in the society. And in doing that, we have the SMEs, the small and the medium enterprises. They often find difficulties in accessing financial services from the commercial bank. Where do they go to? Readily, easily, is a microfinance bank.
DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank focuses on traditional and specialized savings, current accounts, and investment products, as well as risk assets designed to empower MSMEs. The key drivers of this focus is human capital.
What actually drives our business is the marketing. And in this part of the world, you agree with me that it's a bit challenging getting people on the street to market. And of course, you know that is the core of our business, marketing. When people come in and you tell them it's a marketing job, they look at you twice. Then you have to convince them that this is actually what you have to do. And as you market, the more volumes you have, the more money you make for yourself. Well, upgrading to state status means that the DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank is going to have its presence in all the local government areas in Lagos. And of course, we are, meaning that we are going to establish branches in this local government area. Our own plan is to get people with capacity to drive the branches within that location. And of course, when we do that, we look at the proximity. That is, people living within that location, to make it easier for them to actually drive the branch.
No doubt, microfinance banks are the live wire of the economy, as they provide microcredits that take many from the bottom of the pyramid, thereby breaking the circle of poverty. However, while this is laudable, the borrowing culture among Nigerians is of great concern to microfinance operators due to the high level of default.
It's a tough one. Banking in this part of the world is tough because of our culture. Nigerians are good borrowers, but they are not good at paying back. So that has been a very major challenge. And of course, you also know that before you grant such facilities, when the file comes to my table, depending on the amount, if the amount is staggering, I have to go for verification to ensure that what the customer is asking for, he has the business, he has the capacity in terms of business-wise to pay back the facility. Though other factors that you might not get this time are also there, like character. Because one thing is for the customer to have the ability to pay back, another thing is to have the character. That's the character to pay back. So these have been the major constraints facing that particular text. But we'll continue to strive to ensure that the bank has healthy, the bank risk assets are healthy, so that because the main lifestyle of this microfinance bank, because we don't do forex, so we have to ensure that we get it right all the time, so that the bank can move forward to the next level. Like I've told the CB examiners in the past, I've never hesitated in telling them that there is the need for us to set up a speedy course to try defaulters. It was done in days of Abacha, where Free Bank Tribunal, can recall, where defaulters were taken to the tribunal for trial. And of course, we see the way people turn around to pay back their money. But be that is made, they said that because we're in democracy, it was quite easy because that was the military regime.
As a forward-looking organization, DAVO DANI has a strong audit and compliance department headed by Mr. Uchenna Ekenwa.
Basically, most of the challenges that we are facing most times is customers' character in loan repayments. It's easy for them to get the money, but most times it's very difficult for them to pay and keep consistently paying back. Then sometimes too we have the challenge of location verification. Most times the addresses they give when we go out to verify them, they are not in line with what information they have given us. So these are the things we put in check to make sure that whatever loan we are giving to the right customer and with compliance with the KYC concept.
With its current and investment-linked products carefully designed to empower micro-entrepreneurs, DAVO DANI's workforce are equal to the task of aggressive marketing despite the current harsh economic realities.
Credit itself is described as a portfolio at risk. That means granting the credit itself has an inherent risk. And one of the risks is the risk of default, of delinquency. And let me tell you, even from the Holy Book, you find out that out of the 12 disciples of our Lord Jesus Christ, there's one that is Judah. So in granting credits to these downtrodden, those who are at the bottom of the pyramid, you often find one coming out to give excuses, very reluctant to pay. In fact, we have seen situations where a tomato seller at my 12 is saying that, Nigeria, they owe, so I'm not the only one, but I will pay. So you will have such people among the portfolio you are having. But what do? We've, in DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank, we have carefully arranged our risk assets in such a way that the repayment structure is easy. Some are done daily, some are weekly, monthly, so that there will be ease of payment. The second thing we have carefully put in place is to ensure that there is a close monitoring of all of our customers, vis-a-vis their businesses, vis-a-vis their repayment culture. We are close to them. We try to share in their own dreams and aspirations. We try to provide advices to them. Now, to also ensure that they don't go into delinquencies as much as some other people would have seen, is that we go on financial literacy, encourage them, advise them on the risk of not paying your loan. Because there is always another time when you have access to credit and you are a good customer with good credit history, good character, and capability to pay. Chances are that when you go back again for a further amount, oh please, I'm now expanding, I need you to reflate me by more credit. The appraisal system becomes quick, swift, and no restriction at all. So we try to educate them on all of this financial literacy in order to reduce this burden of portfolio at risk.
Given the high risk of default associated with microfinance banks, DAVO DANI MFB consistently engages their numerous customers to enhance their level of financial literacy, among other things. There is no gainsaying the fact that DAVO DANI MFB has achieved incredible feats in less than 2 years of its existence. Are they content with their achievements? Of course not.
Like I said, we had a mindset from inception when we are coming. We said we don't want to operate as a unit alone, but of course we started there. We said within 2 years we'll go to a state, and within 1 year thereabout now we are a state. Now within 5 years, we're also, the directors are very visionary people and they are focused. Our thinking is that within the next 5 years, we're going to move to a national. So we are having our template that before then we'll raise 2 billion, where we'll become a national bank. Now the process we already have now, that between now and the last quarter of this year, we want to operate at least have 10 branches floating. We've already applied to the regulatory organs for approval. We've done some of the needful to that. We've also set up markets point as staffs go there to market. We are ready to drive. So within the next 5 years, we hope and believe. Of course, you cannot remove God. Trusting that God will be behind us, we're going to be a national MFB.
Warming up to kickstart operations in the first 5 identified operational branches, DAVO DANI MFB is here to stay and poised to make a difference in financial services, because they
DAVO DANI MFB
guarantee prosperity and financial freedom.
Guarantee prosperity and financial freedom.
Alright, welcome back. No doubt, great things start from small beginnings. That is the perfect description of DAVO DANI Microfinance Bank. And that's all we can take on this edition. I do hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. For sponsorship details and inquiries, feel free to contact us on 0177633981, 080-335-7879 or 090-9685-2685, or send us an email on almond4xx@yahoo.com or almondproduction@gmail.com, or visit us on our website almondreports.com. Like us on our Facebook page Almond Finance and Wealth Reports, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Almond Reports TV to view past episodes of this program. As always, I urge you to join us every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m. live on Niger FM 102.7 for our Pidgin English program, Waiting Insurance They Do Seth. We're available on WhatsApp on 080-335-7879, and you can follow us on Twitter at Madam Insurance. Those in Ibadan can watch the program on BCOS Television every Thursday by 6 p.m. My name is Jennifer Obidiebube. Many thanks for watching, and goodbye.